Audio Jungle.
Self-proclaimed eco-warriors Prince Harry and Meghan Markle traipsed around New York City for a day packed with celebrity photo ops in a convoy of 3 gas-guzzling SUVs. The woke pair first traveled to the One World Trade Center early this morning, where they posed for photos with Governor Kathy Hochul and Mayor Bill de Blasio before heading down to the 9/11 memorial. From there, they made a pit stop back to the luxury Carlyle Hotel on Manhattan's Upper East Side, where the top-tier suite costs up to a staggering $8,800 a night. The couple are staying there for the duration of their 4-day trip and were seen dining in the swanky hotel restaurant Wednesday night, after arriving into the Big Apple from their home in California. Shortly after midday, they then traveled to the United Nations for a 40-minute meeting where they had an important discussion on COVID-19, racial justice and mental health with U.S. Ambassador to the UN Linda Thomas-Greenfield. They are scheduled to appear at Saturday's Global Citizen Concert in Central Park, which focuses on vaccine equity. It is currently unclear how they will spend the remainder of Thursday and Friday. The luxury convoy carting them around the city, which included at least 2 Range Rovers and 1 dark SUV, has CO2 emissions of 235 grams/km per car. The couple would have traveled a minimum of 20 miles across New York City. It's not clear whether Harry and Meghan traveled to New York City private plane or commercial airline from their home in Montecito, where they have left Archie and 3-month-old Lilibet. The couple's latest environment gaffe comes just 4 months after Harry said climate change was one of the most pressing issues we are facing. Speaking to Oprah Winfrey on Apple TV, Harry said, "With kids growing up in today's world, pretty depressing, right? Depending on where you live, your home country is either on fire, it's either underwater, houses or forests are being flattened." But despite his lecture on climate change, in August Harry took a millionaire friend's $45 million private jet home from Aspen, Colorado to Santa Barbara after attending a celebrity polo match. The 2-hour flight, which could have emitted as much as 10 tons of CO2. Royal author Tom Quinn said after Harry's August private jet trip, "This appears to be enormously hypocritical, given all his talk about climate change. Harry seems to see himself as someone who guides the rest of the world and that his own behavior isn't relevant. It is a huge blind spot." After flying to London in July, Harry returned to Los Angeles, where he made use of an ultra-exclusive and lavish private airport service called the Private Suite. It sent a luxury gas-guzzling Chevrolet SUV to whisk him away when he landed at LAX from London earlier this month. The PS service, which has been described as the most VIP way through the airport, is one step up from first class and one step down from using a private jet. Members, who sign up for $4,500 a year and then pay another $3,450 per trip, are invited to exit the plane on their own private stairs before any other passenger, then are loaded into the back of their own SUV and driven to a private terminal where they get to collect their luggage and go through passport control and splendid isolation. The PS website describes itself as a private airport experience and says, "PS reimagines the airport experience for the seasoned and discerning traveler." Harry previously attracted criticism for taking 4 private jet flights in 11 days, including to a climate change summit in Sicily. That summer, Harry and Meghan took Elton John's private plane from Ibiza, where they had been holidaying with Archie, to the singer's home in Nice, France. The matter raised a storm of controversy, particularly as Harry launched his eco-travel initiative Travelist soon afterwards. Sir Elton loyally raged about spurious criticism and said that he had paid to carbon offset the impact of the trip. Later that year, Harry claimed that 99% of his flights were commercial after taking a scheduled flight to Amsterdam to promote Travelist, a scheme that promotes environmentally friendly tourism. Speaking at the event, the prince refused to apologize for private flights to Italy, France, and Spain, saying, "I spend 99% of my life traveling the world by commercial. Occasionally there needs to be an opportunity to fly privately, based on a unique circumstance to ensure that my family are safe. It's as simple as that. For me it's about balance. It's not a decision I would want to take, but if I have to do that, I will ensure that I balance out the impact that I have." At the time, Harry dismissed concerns over his carbon footprint by insisting that he offsets his emissions by donating to renewable energy incentives and planting trees.